Hey guys, Nostal-Gi-Oh here, back with another Master Duel video. Today we're going to be looking at True Draco, and we're going to be playing some games. I'm going to do my deck profile first, and then we'll play some games, and it'll be fun. I think this deck's pretty insane. I got a win streak, 8 with it in Platinum, which is pretty good. I was really going for the 10 for the clickbait in the thumbnail, the win streak 10, but I'm not going to, win streak 8's pretty good still. This deck's really good. It's very, very competitive, and it's very budget. So it's a great starting deck, and it's also a very cheap deck to continue on if you already have a lot of these staples from something like Eldritch or anything. So it's a great deck, and definitely recommend building it. Before we get into the actual video, I'm going to remind you guys, like, comment, subscribe. It makes a really big difference. It really does. It's free to do, and it helps the channel a lot. Something else that's free to do that helps the channel a lot is my TCG Player affiliate link. That is in the description below. Just click on it and then, check out your shopping carts and stuff. Costs you no extra, and it really supports the channel directly. So thank you if you do that, and let's get into the video. So as far as the actual deck profile goes, for True Draco, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. We'll start off triple max C. I just think this card is so powerful in the format. I just don't want to not play it. There's a case to be said that it's not like the best card ever in this deck because of card demise, but you can set this and then activate card demise and then continue playing with the True Draco cards with his spells and traps that allow you to additional normal summon, and then you can just tribute the max C. So it's fine. The only bad thing is like drawing the max C off of the card demise, but whatever, who cares? Max C is so powerful that downside is not even close to an actual downside because this card is so insane. When you go second, any hand with max C in it makes me feel so much safer. I don't feel good without a hand of max C, typically. This card's just so powerful. I played 2 of the Majesty Maiden. This one searches monsters, so it's a little less like, you don't need the flow of monsters nearly as bad because you have True King return that can just like call the Haunted one every turn. So the flow of monsters is not needed as much as the flow of spell and traps, which these two these two cards provide. This one is the spell one, and this is the trap one. If you don't know what True Dracos do, I'll go ahead and give a really quick rundown. So all 3 of the monsters, they can be tributed using a continuous spell or trap on the field as well, like instead. So you can tribute just one continuous spell or trap on the field to normal summon them, which is a big deal because all of these spells and traps get an effect when they're tributed, or really when they're sent from the field to the graveyard, they get a pop. So the spells pop a back row, and the monster pops a monster. Let me make sure I'm right with that. Am I insane? Yeah, took it a monster. I'm still fairly new to this deck. So both of the spells and the trap lineups, they pop, so you can tribute them with this, and the traps can quick effect normal summon during your opponent's turn, making it so essentially a monster pop, because you can tribute that to normal summon and then get a monster pop. So it's very, very strong. All the monsters also have the secondary effect of when your opponent activates a card effect, you can search your deck for the corresponding card. This one searches monsters, this one searches a spell, and this one searches a trap. And the spell and trap ones can also activate that card from your deck instead of searching. So if you activate the Dynamite effect, then you can activate a trap from your deck to your field, and you can use it that turn. Incredibly powerful, very, very good defense. This one halves things, which is cool, and this one is called the Haunted once per turn in defense position. But then you can't special summon the rest of the turn, so it has to be the last special summon you're attempting. So those trap cards are really, really good. As far as these spells go, this one is a mini Pot of Avarice. You can shuffle 3 True King or True Draco cards from your grave into your deck and then draw 1 card. And then it has the secondary effect of additional normal summon, which you contributed, which is really, really good. And then also when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, pop a back row. The other one, once per turn, it has both the other effects, the pop a back row when it's tributed and additional normal summon, but it also has the effect of once per turn, during your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco or True King card types that were tributed for a monster normal summon this turn, meaning if you tribute a spell and a trap, you can activate this effect and draw 2. So it's really, really powerful. The spells are really, really good, and the traps are really, really good. And they're super free. So this deck, like the engine itself, just pluses really, really hard and then gets you interruptions, basically, which is really, really good. And then you also have a 3 of skill drain that affects only monsters that aren't normal summon or aren't tribute summoned. And you have to have a tribute summon for it to be active. So if you have any of these guys out on the field and flip this card, boom, skill drain to everything non-tribute summon, super powerful. You'll have to have 0 extra deck for this card, by the way. That's why the extra deck is at 0 cards. Other than that, we played triple Card of Demise and triple Pot of Duality and the one Diagram for consistency. Diagram can pop one of your cards to search a True Draco monster. So you get to pop one of your spells and traps and then pop a card in turn with that effect. And then search a monster, which is really, really powerful. Helps you out in brick hands. This is the only card on the list currently. Well, and Masterpiece, obviously. Masterpiece is banned. Their best card is banned. It's like a Cleafort Towers type card. It's really dumb. But it's banned, so you don't have to worry about it. But Card of Demise and Duality are super powerful for this deck because you don't really care to special summon most of the time. Only really with the True King card, and that's like a lot of the time only on your turn if you value the Duality. And then Demise is also just, it's insane. And the deck doesn't care if you draw many monsters as long as they're not max Cs off of this, because you can just normal summon them in addition to your normal summon. So it's very, very powerful. The rest of the traps that I played, the only cards that I haven't covered yet, are 3 Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. This card's just good. It says add a worm monster from your deck to your hand, or send any number of worm monsters from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, and then draw equal cards to the amount you sent plus 1. So if you send, 1 worm monster, then you draw 2. And if you send 2, you draw 3. It's pretty solid, but I usually use it for the search effect. Honestly, this card's a little clunky because we already see our monsters pretty consistently. So this card I might cut down to 2 and maybe bump strike up to 2 or something. But yeah, it's weird at a 1-of, but I wanted to play it more than any other cards, and I didn't really want to play Order in this deck because of how needed the spells are. So whatever, it's fine there. The rest of the traps are just Triple Judgment, the 1 Strike, and the 1 Emptiness. The 1 Strike, like I said, I really just cut cards for it. But I might cut one of these. I'm really thinking about it. It's been clunking up a little bit, but I wanted to play the exact list that I was win streaking with, so we're doing that. But this is probably the next thing to be cut. And then 1 Emptiness is stupid, it's stupid good, and the 1 Strike because like I said, it's the extra card. I could cut it for a 3rd Majesty Maiden, but like I said, the monsters are clunking up a bit, so I don't really want to cut a trap for another monster when the monsters are already clunking. So yeah. Anyway, that is the deck. That's all I think I would change for the deck. It's just the strike or the cut 1 Waterfall for a strike. I'll probably make that at the end of the video, when I continue. But for now, love the deck. Let's get into some games. All right, we're still in Platinum 1. I don't know, when I'm gonna rank down out of here, because we were on an 8-win streak and then I lost 1 game. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm not very good at winning die rolls. My opponent's going first, which is a little unfortunate for True Draco. It doesn't really have a good going second play. You contribute the spells and traps. Really, the spells, because the traps won't be active turn 1 unless you get a Dynamite instantly. But yeah, not a great going second hand. We do have Max C in here, though, which could be, really big. But other than that, just a lot of trap cards that can't really do anything yet. So, if my opponent doesn't pop off, we're setting 4. If they do something, we'll see Max C. Okay, Madolche. That's an interesting one. I'm not going to chain to the normal summon of that. I could search Petting Cessor if he does. He does. So he's just going to special summon that out. It activates. It's not an inherent summon, so you get to... He reveals it, and then I get to activate the Max C. Let's see if my opponent has an out to the Max C here. Ash, called by, cross out Designator. He has a response period, so he probably has something. He has an Ash. So we're going to see Madolche pop off here. And I'm going second, so I'm not really liking my odds of winning this game. My going second hand's not very good either. We do have True King with this, so we get to search something and then normal summon during my opponent's turn. And we have a Judgment, so, it's not the worst hand ever. It's not the worst trap lineup in my hand that I could possibly have, but it's not great. I'm not looking forward to, doing anything with this hand, because we're going second. And, going second's, a really big deal here. Alright, they're getting some Tierra Masu action going. This seems weird. I don't really know where the end goal or the lines of play for Madolche is, but this seems odd. Never mind. It seems standard then, I guess. I don't know. I don't know these cards. I don't know this card. This card's newer than, than when I played it. I played this deck back in 2014. 2013. I played this deck. I think I got this deck in 2013. Madolche. That was one of my first favorite decks. I remember I topped a tournament for one of the first times. I think it was the second time me returning to the game, not as a kid, because I played the game as a little kid. But when I was 13, when I was playing the game, I topped a tournament and I bought an Invoker, an MX Saber Invoker for turn. What? Wait, did he just activate Max C and then pass? What? Is that a misclick? What does this card do? Okay, that seems weird. I don't really get that, but we do another trap, so it's, I think it's set 5 time, boys. I'm doing the thing. My opponent's gonna be like, oh, fun. We're doing it. I'm gonna toggle this to on so that we can just in standby phase go ahead and activate the well, I guess we don't need to in standby, right? There's not really any point to doing it in standby phase. I was thinking it's like nice to have the skill drain set up. Maybe we should have had that like immediately, because then we could activate it and trigger it like when my opponent goes to activate an effect. Okay, so he's gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this here. It might be wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop it, and we're gonna search. Let's see if this walks. We're gonna get Dynamite. Actually, kind of want to get the spell guy. Get a spell thing going here, because then we can search another one next turn. Tribute the True King. We're not gonna have the True King. We'll get the Ignis. I think the Ignis sounds better here. I want to get the spells going a little bit. We already have a True King, although we are gonna tribute the True King. I didn't think about that. I should have activated Dynamite. I should have got Dynamite. Oh well, it's okay. Now when he activates like anything, basically, we can activate a nice big fat chain link and go True King, not activate it yet, and then flip Erupt. Or we could just like flip Erupt and then flip True King when he goes to activate an effect, and then we just like wall them out. What does this card do? Quick effect, you can detach one, then target a monster in your on the field. It's unaffected. It's cool, I guess. By monster effects. Shuffle 2 from the graveyards into the deck. That card's kind of cool. Let's see what he does, though. Like, where does he go? Watch him just attack. Okay, so this is going to go ahead and detach to shuffle so that he can special summon with this. So what we're going to do here is flip the Erupt and then flip the... Wait, I can't activate the Erupt? You only can activate it if you have... Oh, you can only activate it if you tribute summoned. Oh, I nagged. Oh, I mistaked. Oh, I made a big mistake. Rip, dude, I made a big mistake. Okay, it's all right. I think we're fine. Yeah, that sucks. That's actually a pretty big mistake. But it's okay. We'll activate this return because this has to activate still, right? While this card has putting cess, when a Madolche card in your graveyard is shuffled into the main deck, you can detach one. Yeah. Detach one is cost, so it's fine. It's fine because he's gonna shuffle them back. Yeah, it'll be all right. I think that's okay. It does kind of suck though because I have to activate this in chain. No, we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we're okay because this can pop this, which is like good. Right? This pops monsters. Yeah. Okay. Get rid of you. You can pop set ones? Because I guess for cost, like it's not really tributing, like tribute isn't really cost, but it's like kind of cost. Alright, mistakes were made, but it's not that big of a mistake, I think. I think it's not that big of a deal, because this thing still has to trigger. Did misplay though, big misplay. I think we're fine though. Let's see. Also, this should have been Dynamite, because now the princess just attacks over it, which is really unfortunate. Like, that's actually so bad. Wait, this triggers too? Oh, right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and trigger this thing. Pop this guy, right? Yeah, pop that. Because that's what I was kind of worried about, right? We're going to chain this. Yeah, this is just dirty, dude. This is just so dirty. This card's fantastic. Skill drain for not me. Thank you. Let's see a Twin Twisters. That would be game. That would probably be game. Well, no, I have Solemn Judgment set. I'm like not afraid. I think I'm in a good position. I was thinking I was in a really bad position for a second there, but I think we're fine. I think we're all right. We need to pop this and then negate this. All he has is this, and he shuffles back like whatever, you know, Messenger Gelato or whatever. Book of Moon. Oh, book this? That's really good, actually. Oh, he booked that. Okay, so this thing's effect is still going to happen. What is the effect? If a Madolche card is sent to the graveyard while this card is on the field, shuffle up to 2 cards from the graveyards into the deck. I don't really care if you do that. Okay. You book a moon your own guy if you want, then, I guess. I thought he was going to book this. If he booked this, then I wouldn't have a tribute summoned monster anymore. So this wouldn't resolve, and then this would die on the end phase. But my opponent's a goober. I mean, I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a mistake. I can't imagine that wasn't a mistake. Or like, you know, a misplay. Alright, we'll get Heritage. I really want to get Disciples, but I don't think we'll liven it up. Because we only have this one. We can search this and then tribute this next turn. I think we just get this, though. It's the safer bet. We'll just search it. There's no need to activate it at this point. This should have been Dynamite, though. That would have been cool. It would have been a good play. Okay, so glass, what is it called? Glass Waffle? So he's just going to shuffle back. That doesn't seem worth the Book of Moon. I might be wrong. Like, this might still count this, but I don't think it would. So I'm pretty sure the Book of Moon on this play would have been absolutely just huge. I mean, obviously, I know I have the Judgment set, but still, that would have been, like, insane. Because now my opponent has nothing, I think. Yeah, just passes. What's this Glass Waffles defense? 25? Oh, why is that thing so big? Alright, well, we'll get this. We'll get a play. Honestly, we could have gotten Disciple and then killed this off with this effect to draw 2, and then like put back and draw another. That could have been good, but oh well, it's all good. We'll get Dynamite here. We're in a good, really strong position. If we draw a Disciple here, that'd be crazy. We draw Ignis, which isn't really good, but that's okay. We still can't do anything though because this thing has 25 defense, and this pops back row. I could just tribute this over the Ignis and then draw a card off of the Heritage. And then we could normal summon again, depending what we draw. I'm gonna do that, I think. Tribute the Ignis. It seems like a good play. Maybe it's kind of weird, but I think it's good. Because then we draw a card. I really need, like, draws right now. I need this card to draw me a good card. Honestly, we could even tribute the Ignis over the Eruption to draw again. But I feel like we need the Eruption right now. Double Judgment. Double Judgment. I think we'll do it. Ignis could go over the Heritage, but I kind of like the Heritage. It gives us a back row disrupt as well, so we'll just pass. Whatever, you know, whatever. Glass half full guy, he can live. I like calling him a different name every time. Where's the card? I can't even find the card anymore. Just to double check his 25 defense. It does have 25 defense. I don't know why you're flipping this card though. Because it's not getting you anywhere unless you can remove this. If you can remove this, then sure. But now I have double judgment and I don't care about anything. This Angeli tributes for cost, special summon a guy, but I still don't think it's going to do anything relevant. It's just going to tribute to special summon a guy that, like, what's that guy do? What are you going to summon? Hoot Cake? It's still negated. We have double judgment to protect the eruption, so, like, we just, like, can't lose. We get a free card here. True King's Return. We have a guy in grave, like... I don't know what you can respond with. I don't know what that one card in hand. But we'll get a True King, activate that card. Then we have another Resurrect on the end phase, which is like a big deal. We can even tribute this. Like, now we're fine, no matter what, right? Because, like, we could just tribute this during his turn, pop the scary card, and just, like, keep playing. Like, what's this going to do now? Okay, it's negated. Okay, it's unaffected by monster effects. It's not, though. It doesn't have an effect still. Maybe he's just trying to load his grave for something? With the detach? I think he just, like, can't win, so he's just, like, activating effects and stuff. Okay, Chocolate a la mode. That card's 2,500, so that's not bad, but I'm just gonna judgment it. Like, we could just pop it, but I'd rather just keep the True King and just Judgment this. Scoop now? Just pass? For the lulz? Why not? You're not winning the game anyway? Sucks though, True Draco doesn't like kill, you know? Like, I can't... I'm just gonna summon another dude next turn, probably. I was gonna say, I don't even know what its effect does. After damage calculation, if it attacks, you can target a guy and pop it. It's cool if you had effects. This is like the 4th effect my opponents tried to trigger under skill drain. I don't think they know what this card does. Is that an imperm? If that's an imperm and you wasted all your resources before you could actually have an out next turn, you're insane. End phase. Let's go ahead and True Draco bring back a guy. We could even just summon the heat, but oh wait, that's during my opponent's main phase. Passed on that one. It's okay. I didn't really want to do that anyway. Let's go ahead and set this and then normal summon. Because you can tribute set cards, which is insane. I didn't know you could. I mean, I did because I did it earlier, but like, I didn't think about it actively here when it happened, and that's like insane. It's like crazy that you can tribute set cards, and it still counts probably, right? And then this can pop a monster now. Might as well, right? Why not? Because then we have game. Yeah, too easy. It's too easy. Shuffle it back. I don't care. I get a free card, bud. We'll get Disciples and draw even more. I was just gonna attack and pass, but you're making me do all these effects now. We'll just add it to our hand for now. It's fine. Because I get a free draw, another draw here for free. As if I needed it. Let's just attack. What's his set card? I have a Judgment set. It doesn't matter what his set card is. He could Storming Mirror Force me. He could normal Mirror Force me. I wouldn't care. That's a good game. This deck's crazy, dude. This deck's so powerful. Once it starts winning, it feels like it can't lose. Like, that's like the common thing to say about like a lot of decks, but still. Let's play one more game and get into it. Oh, look, Platinum 5, Platinum 1. Let's go. That's the buy. Oh, going first. Let's go. Cool. We get to see the deck go first, and we get to see the deck go second. So that's good. Maybe I'll brick. Maybe I'll play or draw an unplayable hand. It's fine. It's good. We're playing. Like, I'm playing the game. I'm gonna start off with a duality, see my options. Maybe we'll get a demise here and just not care about anything in the world. My opponent's gonna Ash. Do you think they'll Ash this duality? They didn't Ash the duality. Okay, we'll just get a Max C. That sounds good. Then we get to end on like a lot of stuff. So we'll go ahead and activate this and just normal summon it. There's no point in using the effect to normal summon. I'm not gonna see any. Well, I guess I could. I could see additional cards. Also, my opponent might not like know what these cards do, and like when I activate this effect to tribute, like activate Max C. It's happened before. They activate Max C on an effect that doesn't even summon. It's goofy. I guess it's all one effect just to do that. So. All right. Well, they know I have Max C. They know I have the C. So no hand trap come down from that. So that's all right. We got a skill drain and a judgment. Skill drain and something that can protect my skill drain. And a Max C. It's pretty good. Let's see what my opponent's on. Okay, so we're going to see an Imperm right off rip, which is okay because we can just chain that. And it doesn't lose its identity of being tribute summoned from that, so we're just going to use that. I think I'm fine with that. My opponent doesn't know how to play around this deck. Oh, they do, I guess. They just wanted to commit 2 things to stop 1 search. I'm fine with that. I am very okay with that trade-off. 2 cards for that? Next turn, I'm going to top deck Demise, and they won't have the Ash for it. They did have Ash, so they didn't Ash my Pot of Duality, which I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I would want to just Ash a Pot of Duality. It's not, like, insane. Are we going to see a bench 6 or a 3? What do you think? I'm thinking a 6. I think most decks that play Pot of Prosperity in this game are going to be doing 6. But there are combo decks that are playing it as well. I've seen some people playing in VW and stuff. People were playing in Bird Up for in current TCG for a little while. You bench 6 though? He bench 6. We could Judgment that, but I'm not really too worried. He's playing Dragonmaid, so he's going to get a Dragonmaid card. We got a Max C and the Skill Drain, of course. Oh, he can get called by for the Max C. You think he's gonna? He knows I have Max C. What all are revealed? Some Dragonmaid cards, a Nibiru. That you should check the Nibiru. That's doing a lot against my deck, dog. Imagine he did. Probably just get the Nurse, right? Oh, Tidying? Okay, that's fair. Tidying's a good card. That way he can at least end on an Interrupt if my Skill Drain resolves. So that's not the worst in the world. I like that. Okay, Parlor. What does Parlor do again? If this is normal summon, send 1 card. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna allow this. Wait, these cards in gray. Oh, I didn't get to see him. Wait, I need to see this card. What does the big Dragonmaids do? Quick effect, you can discard then. At the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand. And if you do, special summon a guy. That's all 1 effect. It's not cost. I'm just gonna allow this, I think. Oh, if we Judgment this, then it turns off his Tidying. Do I care to turn off his Tidying? I don't think I do, really. I think I'd rather keep the Judgment, to be honest. He's gonna activate the effect, and we just Skill Drain it. That's scary. We see a resolution here? Wow. Yikes. Skill Drain's good, dude. Triple Skill Drain. I've been seeing people play regular Skill Drain in True Draco. I don't get it. We already have the better... We already have, like, the actual Skill Drain for True Draco. Like, I get wanting to play more than 3 of it, but it turns off all your own effects, and that's, like, what, like, makes this deck tempo. Because you have to neg a lot of the time just to summon. Like, you have to neg to play the game, so you can't really lose your effects at plus. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's wrong in my head. Like, I might be wrong for that, but I feel like it's right. True King Return. So yeah, now, I mean, we're just pummeling in. If he goes for a Tidying, I get to search. It's really bad for my opponent. And then I just normal summon it again. We're just going to go right for it. I don't think they Tidying here. That'd be weird. Maybe they do it as an extender for next turn so they can banish it to special summon back, but I don't really see the play. I don't see the line here. I don't see why this is good. Because I just get like a free search. You know that I'm going to search a spell, and I can activate that spell just to normal summon this again in main 2. Unless this is a second imperm, but at that point you're using every card just to stop like this search twice, which then at that point you're spending 4 cards, 5 cards to stop 2 searches. That's pretty good card economy for me. Resolve. Ignis Heat. What do I want here? I guess just another Heritage, because then we can set this, normal summon it over that, and then get a free draw. Disciples is almost live, but it won't be live for another minute. We're gonna get this, and we're just gonna add it to the hand. Tidying Resolve, bounce the guys. That's fine. I mean, maybe he has an out for this, like 1 summon, right? Like, who knows? But we'll set this. Unfortunately, I don't really want to, like... Alright, I think maybe we don't go for the draw. I think the draw is a little too much. I think I'd rather keep the True King Return. That way we just, like, have more monsters. I don't think we need the draw. Like, the draw's not, like, getting us anywhere. Too big. That might be wrong. Nah, we're gonna take the draw. We're gonna eat the True King. We're gonna kill off the True King Return, because we don't need it that much. I'd rather have the draw, to be honest, because this just pops a monster, which we don't want to do. Because you can, if you accidentally trigger it yourself, you just pop your own things, which you don't want to do. True Draco Heritage. Let's draw another card. We have the Erupt back. We have this guy back on the field for Erupt. If this is another remove this card, then sure, right? Because then on the end phase when this checks, like, it dies, and that's fine. With your Dynamite. That was a Dynamite draw. I'm really happy with that draw. I'm very satisfied with that. I think that's good. I think that's better than the heritage because now we get to pop that back row. It's fantastic. What's that back row? Let me see that back row. Let me see them pearly whites. What we got? Compulse? What is it? Another Dragonmaid card? I don't even know what this one does, to be honest. Okay, bounce one guy, search a guy, or bounce a guy and bounce a back row. It's weird. Okay, fair enough. All right, it's your turn, bud. What do we got in our grave? 2 names, 3. Okay, so we can get Disciple now here off of Ignis. That'll be good. Reset this stuff too. We'll put it back in the deck. All right, my opponent is going to Parlor Dragonmaid again, and I'm just gonna allow this because Erupt. And we'll get a True King again. A return again. Like, Erupt is still here. Does my opponent have an answer to the Erupt? No? What is happening? We could get the other trap Apocalypse, but it's just like, it's not doing that much right now. I'd much rather have the return. Because then if my opponent can answer any card, then we get to just like bring it back. And then nothing they've done, the whole game matters so far. I mean, look at the card economy, right? Like, I'm double my opponent with like actual effects, and my opponent can't even do their effects with their existing cards. Like, my +1 just got a +1 from the deck. Like, this deck is so good. This deck it just pluses so hard, and like, it just continues to spiral out of control. And once you have like 2 of these things, if your opponent actually tries to do effects, like, look at this dude. He literally activated this under skill drain just to activate the dynamite effect. Like, I get that my opponent probably doesn't know how to play against the deck, but like, I hope that this player now will know how to play against this deck, at least a little bit better. Not to trigger their effects under skill drain. Like, all your effect was my opponent can search a card. It's really bad. True Draco is a really punishing deck to players that don't know what it does. Like, if you don't know what this deck does and you play against it, it's rough. It's really rough for him. So he's gonna... Doesn't that special guy from Grave? Or Hand? Is it Grave or Hand? Banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one Dragonmaid from your hand or grave. Okay, fair enough. We'll just max C. I will Ignis Heat and then max C. I mean, I've had this max C since the first turn, the Pot of Duality. My opponent knows that. Oh, he Ashes. Okay, fair enough then. That's alright. Still spending so many more cards than me, and I'm like searching still, so like I didn't neg from that. We're gonna get Disciples. Just add it to my hand. Okay, so the last card in his hand is a Dragonmaid card. What is it? And it's a little one. I was gonna say, maybe if it's a big one that can just like beat over my cards, and sure, you're maybe still in the game. But no. It's a little one. Make Acid Golem? That would be crazy, dude. It's not 2014 no more. Nobody's playing Acid Golem, but still, that would be really good. Like, that would actually be relevant. Let's see it. Okay, battle phase. Are you just gonna attack like the last guy? Go out on your own terms? Nope. Okay, main 2. Pass. Opponent is taking their sweet time. That's okay. If you had any options, that would be okay, but you literally can't do anything. This doesn't have a grave effect, right? Like, this is rude, right? Like, this is just slow playing at this point. I mean, my opponent's turn has been 3 minutes. That tributes for cost. You did something. Thank you. Thank you for doing something relevant. But we can judgment, and that's when it leaves the field, right? Yeah. It's if it's tributed. Took my opponent 40 minutes to get to that to get to that play. Okay, Pot of Avarice is pretty good. Mini Pot of Avarice. Digusto Emerald, more like it. All right, let's just it's a slow grind. Like, that's I can't put up game. It's not like a combo deck. You can't just game them the next turn always. But like, I mean, the game is set. I mean, I have a judgment set, follow-up plays for days. Even if they like feather dusted me, I would be fine. I wouldn't care. Well, I mean, obviously here I wouldn't care. Even if they had combo and feather duster, I wouldn't really care. No, actually, that would ruin me. That would end my life. But that's okay, because he doesn't have that, because he has one card. Yeah. Dude had a thinking phase for a minute and a half just to scoop. Yeah, of course you were gonna scoop. Did you see my board, bud? What was that one card? What could that one card have given you? Okay, well, it's not a 10-win streak because there was 8 and then I lost 1 and then 2. But the deck is insane. This deck is crazy. I definitely recommend playing it. I definitely recommend building it. It's very cheap and it's very, very powerful. It's an extremely competitive deck. Deck's super good. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Support the GCG player affiliate link in the description below. Click on that and do all that stuff. It's free to do. It really, really, well, I mean, it's not actually free to do because you have to buy cards, but it costs you no extra from what you're initially doing. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good week. Goodbye.